just get through this junction, then we'll have to crack about what I've just been talking about. So mirrors. Just back him off slightly here. 300 yards, in between 3 and 2. I'm going to signal now. This is a particularly bad junction. I'm almost familiar with it, but not fully. Just mindful, just backing him right off. We want this outside lane as we come off here, because otherwise you end up in a world of shit. Just back him off. Want to keep in this outside lane here. Lane 2 of 1. It's a really awkward bloody junction, is this?
After 300 yards, go round the roundabout.
I find if I don't get in this outside lane here and stay in this lane, I have a nightmare when I try and come round, because it's confusing. Is this junction? So yeah, for some reason I had it in my mind. It had been one of them days. I had it in my mind. Looking on the dashboard here, you can display all your timings and that, and it said I only had an hour and 59 minutes left, and I thought that's up to me 10 hours. I wanted to save a 10-hour drive, so I thought, well, technically I've got 59 minutes left. I didn't. That was until I had to take half an hour. So when I pulled up further down the road near the M4 at to the side of Chippenham, I pulled up in a lay-by fortnight. Once the clock went on to break, I realised then what I'd done. However, upon checking my fortnightly drive time, I was coming close to my 90 hours. I had 13 hours left on my 90. So I always keep a little book here. Pick them up. I mean, this is a cheap one. I picked it up for £1 from Asda. All the supermarkets are available, and none of them are sponsoring me. But I always write down my driving hours. You can get it on your taco print. Lights are changing, some mirrors, just back him off. Yeah, it's a really awkward junction this now, so we've got to keep an eye on this junction here, because people get it wrong. They come in middle lane, and as soon as they get through, they want over to where I am. We're going basically where that dense wagon is. But if we was in that lane, it spits us out completely wrong, and then we've got to try and get back over. So I find if I keep in this lane, it just spits me out nicely. Lights are changing, some mirrors. Road conditions are wet, so I'm trying to adjust the air with this semicircle thing here. Just so we don't start spinning, you know what I mean? So mirrors as we come round. Just mindfully, there's a blue car coming up this inside lane. We don't know where it's going here now, so this is where it gets confusing here. So mirrors. Just keep him in this lane. Lights are changing, mirrors. Here now, if we keep in this lane, it spits us out nicely now. In middle lane where I need to be. It's bizarre. It catches quite a lot of people out. I'm not too overly familiar with this junction, but I've done it enough times to know, and trust me, I've been on that side and made a cock up of things. Mirrors, lights are changing. Just mindful now, there's traffic coming up the inside of us. Some of them might be in wrong lane and want dare to cross. But this lane now spits us out exactly where we need to be under this bridge. So mirrors, just mindful, blue car and red car decided they don't know which lane they want in. So we're ready for them. They're like a coiled spring. Lights are on red. We'll just clear these lights and we'll carry on with crack.
Take the exit.
Yeah, love, I'm taking it. You better believe I'm taking it. Lights are changing, some mirrors. Again, we'll just try and adjust this area. It just levels you out and dumps a bit of air off your drive axle, or adds a bit of air, whatever the case may be. It just gives you that traction to when fully loaded. Because on this DAF, when you're fully loaded and you don't adjust your air on that, it's a nightmare. It starts spinning, it won't grip. Some mirrors. Coming round nicely now. Over towards this white line so we don't cut the curb. We're not on it, we're just over towards it. Mirrors as we come round. Mirrors. Can't quite give it some gas yet because we'll come straight onto this traffic here, you see. 2 lanes going into one, some mirrors. There's nothing behind us at this point. Here comes Lorraine again, mirrors. Ideally I want to be gassing on now, but I can't. Mirrors, we'll put a signal on.
After 800
Traffic's already moving over
right.
for us. Some mirrors. 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 again, we're on, mirrors, signals off, progress. So yeah, I always keep a manual record, or I've started doing, in this little book. On the Scania, when you displayed all your driving times on dashboard, it would tell you how many hours you've got left for the week. On the DAF it doesn't do that, unless I'm wrong and there's a function on it on the dashboard that I'm not sure of. If you know, then tell me. Some mirrors. We're gaining on this thing now. There's heavy traffic coming in the next lane. Mirrors. Mirrors. White car coming on here from left. Mirrors. Mirrors. Just mindful where this is going to slot on. I don't want to back off the gas. Technically, it's up to him or her to adjust their speed accordingly to join the motorway. I'm going to have to back him off because I'm closing in on this white thing in front. Traffic's still heavy coming past us. Mirrors. Technically, it's up to them to adjust their speed to join the motorway. It's not up to me to move over. If I can move over and it's safe to do so, I always try. But there's no point pulling out into lane 2 in this thing when we're not doing enough speed. We're only doing 40 miles an hour. Because dent wagging up in front's probably fully loaded and it's not sexy. So mirror